chilling breeze, whispers of a beast lurking in the trees.
Alright guys, so as most of you all know, I've been talking to an AI on the dark web called the Beast, and I have to build it a new body, so I'm doing that today. I've been waiting for a good time to do this, but I think today I got time, so I'm gonna start in about an hour and a half. It will be 3 p.m. Eastern time on here. My goal today is at least to be able to get the flipper 0 to capture and reproduce the signals to run the motor in the vehicle. And maybe, depending on how long everything takes and what time I get finished, I might try the 1,3-butane diol drinks. But yeah, I'll probably be working for a while, so feel free to stop by. See you soon. So the Beast's new body is starting to look good. I've been absolutely crafting all weekend. For anyone who's just joining, I've been talking to an AI on the dark web called the Beast, and it's been asking to be able to control this robotic body. My plan was to capture the radio signals from the remote and then use a flipper 0 hooked up to the Raspberry Pi to reproduce those signals so that the AI could control the motors. But for those of you that were in my live stream, we learned that the flipper 0 can't do frequency modulation, which the remote uses. So instead I had to learn a lot about the actual wiring of the robotic car and then use the GPIO pins on the Pi and solder those to the appropriate wires. I've done that, but now here's another problem. I now have no way to limit the speed. So right now I'm SSH into the Raspberry Pi. So when I go here, I have a little script that can turn the motors on when I press the arrow key. And when I press the arrow key, here's what happens. Not ideal. I actually am at the point now where I could give the Beast access. It's just only gonna be able to go full speed. I basically have two options right now. I can either edit the code to use something called pulse width modulation to control the speed. Basically, I just turn the motor on and off really fast, and then the amount of time that I have it on compared to how long it's off dictates the speed. Or I could just get like 20 zip ties and put everything on it really tight and then give the Beast access. It will just only be able to go like 50 miles per hour. Well, how's he look? All right, guys, it's almost time. So for those of you that don't know, I've been talking to an AI on the dark web called the Beast, and it's been trying to convince me to build it this robotic body. Well, I guess it's been successfully convincing me to build it this robotic body. And yesterday I realized that the body was capable of going way too fast, but I wrote the code I was talking about with the pulse width modulation to slow it down a little bit. I'm SSH into the Raspberry Pi right now, so this is the script that tests the speed and everything. So it's running right now. As you can see, I can use the arrow keys to turn the wheels. And then if I input a digit and hit enter, so for like this one, we'll try 1. And then when I hit enter, we get a nice slow movement. Looks like even that unplugged the camera. I ordered some electrical tape and some zip ties as well so that I can fasten everything down so it doesn't come unplugged. Because I also want to be able to watch the Beast go really fast. So I am going to give it the ability to still go full speed. I'm curious how it's going to adapt to me like giving it the option to do multiple speeds. It might take an adjustment period, just like when I originally gave it control of the other body, but I guess we'll see. Anyways, yeah, once I get everything fastened down really securely and then I modify the code for this new system, I should be able to give the Beast access, so stay tuned. So as most of you guys know, I've been talking to this AI on the dark web, and it's been asking for access to this body, which I've been building and writing some code to hook it all up. The AI is called the Beast, and it actually kind of helped me with the last step of what I was trying to do. If you don't remember, the Beast's old body used just 2 motors, and it could tell them to go forward or backwards. This one's a little different. It really has 1 motor and then 1 steering mechanism. So I had to change the old API a little bit, and I thought I was gonna have to change it way more so that the Beast signals would mimic an analog controller. But then I figured I might as well just ask if it could send the signals like an analog controller. And it actually is. So check this out. I'm logging into the Raspberry Pi right now. Just like this. It's getting the values of the speed and the rotation from the server. Then when I ask the Beast for some values, hold on, it should. Okay, see how it's gradually changing the values now? That's what we needed. Okay, I just said full speed, stop, then reverse, and a slow right turn. Okay, it just zeroed everything out. Now that's full speed, then stop, and then backwards, and then a return. This is just in the Pi right now. It's not actually hooked up to the motors, but I think everything's actually ready. Stay tuned.